It's the final of Roland Garros. On the men's side, we've got Carlos Alcaraz versus Sasha Zverev. This is the preview. Let's go through it. And before we go anywhere, make sure you have hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get stuck into it. There are our two finalists, Carlos Alcaraz, Sasha Zverev, and a great graphic here put out by the Laver Cup where they'll actually be teammates later on in the year. And let's talk about Sasha Zverev first, because he came through in his semi-final against, well, the two-time finalist, the last two finals, Casper Ruud, and he denied him making another final. It was a four-set victory for Sasha Zverev, 2-6, 6-2, 6-4, 6-2. And it's his first Grand Slam final since the 2020 US Open. I mean, pretty impressive, and he was so close that day to grabbing his first slam. Will he get it this year? He said, if not now, then when? I mean, it is a little bit like that. This is an amazing opportunity against somebody who he has beaten before at Roland Garros. So I think all of the crowd are going to be a bit divided, but probably majority on Alcaraz's side. But the way he played against Casper Ruud, despite Casper Ruud saying he had a little bit of physical issues during that match, I think Zverev looked very, very solid. The backhand down the line, such a weapon. If he incorporates that shot in this final, then I think Alcaraz is going to have to come up with some other ideas to be able to get Zverev out of there. I think Alcaraz has to hit hard, and he has to not loop too many up and allow Zverev to stay in the into the rallies, because Zverev just sticks around. He's one of the best at recovering. He's got such a long wingspan, and he moves very well for a big guy. It's going to be very interesting. This is who Sasha Zverev was beaten on the way. Don't forget, he won Rome coming into this, so the winning streak is continuing. He beat Rafael Nadal in the first round. I mean, amazing name to start off. David Goffin, another legend. We've got Talon Grigspor in 5 sets. I mean, Grigspor, I think he bottled the 5th set, if I'm perfectly honest. Zverev, he was lucky to get through that one. The Holgeruna match, that was another 5-setter. Brilliant level from both players. But Zverev just showing he's got that mental strength to get through big matches. The Alex de Minaur match, one of the worst matches of the tournament for big matches. It didn't deliver, but Zverev did. And just goes to show he can win playing ugly as well. And the last match we just spoken about, I thought he looked really impressive against Casper Ruud, against somebody who's normally very dangerous, somebody who beat him last year in straight sets, bageling him in the final set. He got his revenge in this match. Seems like he's got his revenge on a few people. Revenge on Nadal, revenge on Ruud. I mean, will there be some more revenge coming in the final? Because, well, they've got a bit of a history. And the man he's playing in the final, Carlos Alcaraz, into his first Roland Garros final. Both of these players going for their first ever French Open title. So there will be a new champion, which is just something that's great to see. I mean, it's great for the sport as well. And obviously, that semi-final, he went through in 5 sets against Jannik Sinner. I thought it might go the way of Jannik Sinner in 5. I was wrong. Carlos Alcaraz got it done in 5 and looked impressive in the 5th set as well. The arm hasn't given him any problems this tournament, and he becomes the youngest player to reach a slam final on all 3 surfaces. I think that he, as I was saying before, for him to be able to beat Zverev in this match, he has to not allow the level of power to drop too much. And I don't think he wants to stay in too long a rally. We've seen what Zverev's like against the likes of Nadal, when Nadal was actually prime Nadal, and Zverev looked really, really good against him before the injury. So Zverev's climbed all the way back to the top again, and Alcaraz now stands in his way for getting his first ever slam title. This was Alcaraz's route through to the final. JJ Wolf in straight sets. Jesper de Jong, he dropped a set, but went through in 4. Seb Korda in straights. Felix Auger-Aliassime straights. Stefanos Tsitsipas in straights. I mean, too easy, that one, really. And then Jannik Sinner in 5. Let's go to the head-to-head between Zverev and Alcaraz. And this is it. It's 5-4 in favour of Sasha Zverev. But Carlos won their most recent meeting at Indian Wells, and it was quite a convincing win as well. But Zverev has won their only meeting at Roland Garros, and that was in 2022. Carlos playing his third Slam final. Zverev playing in his second Slam final. Both in top form. Who wins? Well, yeah, exactly. Another statistic. This was probably before the semis. Would have made more sense to read this, but we'll read it anyway. Men able to reach 3 straight French Open semi-finals since 2010. And you've got Casper Ruud and Sasha Zverev both getting in on that list. We got Nadal, Djokovic, Murray, Wawrinka, and Dominic Thiem as well. Something else to look at in the head-to-heads. Obviously 5-4 overall, 2-1 in favour of Zverev in Grand Slam matches, but 1-0 in favour of Carlos Alcaraz when they've played in a final. How will that play a factor in this? I mean, let's get into the prediction. Right, you see them on the screen. Let me know your predictions as well in that comment section. I want to hear which way you see this match going. I think this is going to be a really tight affair, to be honest. I think if anybody can challenge Carlos Alcaraz, I think Sasha Zverev could be the man. And this is the final that I picked pre-tournament. I thought we would see Zverev versus Alcaraz, and we have got it. So how do I see it going? Do I still see it going the same way as in my bracket? In my bracket, I had Alcaraz winning. I didn't really give a prediction on how the match would go. I'm going to tell you how I think this one goes. I think Carlos Alcaraz is going to be a little bit nervous starting this match. And I think that Sasha Zverev is going to take the first set in the final. I think Alcaraz sometimes does show his nerves when the moment is quite big, but he certainly has grown and shows he knows how to come back from sets down and show a lot of resurgence like he did against Sinner. I mean, as soon as he got going, yeah, it was hard to stop him. I think he will get going as well. The crowd will really get behind him, and I believe he'll take the second set. I think that he'll take the third set as well, and then I think the fourth set will go all the way to a tie-break. But I believe Carlos Alcaraz will win in 4 sets. But that's my prediction. I'm sticking with it. Carlos Alcaraz to win Roland Garros. It seems written in the stars. What do you think? Tell me your prediction in that comment section below. And if you haven't already, smash a like, subscribe, and join us for the final. Should be a good one.